Good morning. This is the Friday Fireside, and I'm here with my friend Pablo Cella from amdocs. Pablo, how are you?
I'm good, Rick. Thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure to start my Friday like this.
There you go. And you have a new job, and the amdocs guys tend to do that, every couple of years. As I read it, you are division president and general manager for Amdocs Studios, and you're in charge of the business division. Is that right?
That is correct. It's a new division that we created a few months ago, which aggregates the business that we do in other industries and cross markets. And Studios is our line of services. We have our services lined out in studios, and that's the way we provide focus and to these different verticals.
Okay, we're going to talk about what you do in all of your groups, but let me make sure that my audience understands you are not in charge of a division that works only with entertainment studios.
That is correct.
Amdocs Studios is, in fact, its own division that has aggregated and bundled all together the Amdocs services. So tell us a little bit for our audience, and we are just content distributors, we're TV folks, content distributors and producers and streamers and a lot of ad tech, some martech and some investors. Tell us what you do that impacts our audience.
So again, first of all, thanks for inviting me. I think it's an interesting topic because we Amdocs for the last 40 years has been developed the business mostly in the telco business.
Right.
And it wasn't until the last, let's say, 5 years that we understood that it's not about us. It's not about how we are amazing, giving things to our amazing customers. It's more about we understood that the business is about our customers' customers and our customers' employees. And that transition changed everything for us. Definitely changed everything for me as well. And starting with our customers changed the outlook of what we do and who our customers really are.
Okay.
And it transitioned our telco business to the media business. We have a large unit that deals with media, with the name of Amdo is Ubiquity, the unit that we have provides studios with content providers and studios with services and licensing, etc. But we also understood that we could actually help our customers in different verticals that are not necessarily telcos and not necessarily media, but almost every business wants to have customer retention, wants to have customer satisfaction, wants to provide a good experience, wants to upsell, to cross-sell. And those traits or those needs are common in different industries. Each industry has different needs and different particularities in their business, which cannot be underestimated. It's not like a vanilla approach. But this approach of starting from our customers allow us to come with a fresh look and help them in different challenges. And just to give you an example, this is close to media and entertainment probably. We provide a platform for one, maybe two of the biggest sports brands in the US.
Okay.
And their collection of fans. We provide a platform that won 3 Emmys already, in which we provide a fan experience. And why do we do that? Because they want to increase retention, fan acquisition, upselling, monetizing it. So we do this type of work. We also provide services to the most prestigious, I would say, premium fast food industry, fast food company in the US. They're providing the best ordering experience. Or we provide software for airlines to have a better ticketing experience or buying car experience with Subaru and Mercedes and Tesla. We can train the trainers in marquee technology companies that have to launch new products. So this focus on our customers allow us to take the best of what we did for the telco industry, plus all our line of services, and being the scale and the reach, the global reach to satisfy other industries and verticals, which is that what my division does. Now, this is not something that we just woke up a day and say, maybe we should do this. It's something that developed for many years. We have already more than 150 customers in verticals that are outside telco. And we have banks, we have insurance companies, entertainment companies, media sport companies, and so on and so forth. But to be totally candid, until recently, we did not think that we can make a big difference, in the sense that we didn't have the same gravitas that we had in telco. Now, the fact that, just branching out a bit, the fact that in my career in Amdocs, I work with the largest customers. I work with AT&T, with T-Mobile, with Telstra, with the American Mobile Group, and etc. But also, I work with the smallest customers. I work with what we call the long tail of customers. So some of the tiny, some of the mid-size or mid-tiers in the cable, satellite, fiber, media, gave me the flexibility to think big and think small. But that also is important for this new division. We have very small customers and very large customers. But what we do is extremely focused, extremely oriented to a specific customer experience or a specific area of focus or problem. And so we learn to be humble. We learn to listen more. We learn to learn other industries, and the results have been remarkable, have been very encouraging, and for me particularly, it's been very exciting. So how can we help the audience? Well, I mean, if they have a problem with the experience, if they want to increase upsell and cross-sell and increase customer retention, or they have a legacy ecosystem that they want to uplift, we are here to help. Our studios are meant and focused in each of these areas individually. So we can come with our digital experience studio, or we can come with our digital cloud studio, and we can come with our mainframe transformation practice, and we can help. I always say that we love the sexy stuff, but we also like the unattractive stuff that is needed to run the companies. And that's our forte. We come and get our hands dirty to create value to our customers. And that's the motto. It's something that transforms the company on everything we do, from the technology to the people, to the way we operate, the way we sell, and now the way we diversify into new segments.
Okay. Now, I first met amdocs in 2014, and you used the word nimble. Nimble was not a word that was generally applied to amdocs back then. So I am encouraged to see that you are focused on that. But Amdocs Studios does something also that I think is significant. I believe your models used to be, if you wanted one kind of work, you went to that division. You wanted another kind of work, you went to some other division, what we call silos of responsibility. And to get out of this group, you got to go to the top and go down to the middle of the next one. It sounds like someone comes to you or you go to them, and you have an entire corporation that can work cross discipline, not cross company as much, but cross discipline to meet the needs of your customers. Is that roughly correct?
Yes, and I think you hit a very good point. So look, we have a large company. The company has been operated for 40 years, and we have a $5 billion revenue, 30,000 employees. We operate in 90 countries. So it's a big machine.
Hmm.
Now, we build a business, a very good business and a career out of doing big stuff, the ugly stuff, the a lot of friction, but we come with a cruise ship. And this is the fact. We are proud of it. There was a time that we were let's say, the only ones we could do it, I would say, and that for good or for bad, I created a brand.
Yep.
But in the last 5 years, first of all, companies don't do that anymore. They want nimble things. Even the large companies want nimble solutions. So we started a transformation that started with the technology. So about 7 years ago, we started rewriting all our software in nimble components, cloud native. We created technology that allow us to implement pieces and components of it for customers of any size, the small fiber cable companies to the large, almighty tier one, tier zero companies. That's number one. But that was not enough. We had to create a company and a mindset to think like that. And that's what we started thinking about. Why is that we do why is that we do what we do? And that's what the customer started, and they make it amazing for them started. So the whole company started to change, and we went through a massive transformation in the company in which we aggregated all the units based on an accounts or segment of accounts.
There you go.
And we have a unit that deals with the services that around our products. We have a lot of that in the market. We have a unit that deals with a specific, what we call studios, the digital experience, the data and Gen AI, cloud and quality engineering, which is one of our best practices. And then we have a practice that deals with the ongoing operations of things. By doing this simplification, not only we are nimble, but also we have more focus. We have less silos, or let's say ideally we should have any silos now.
Yep.
And my job is to connect all the studios into a solution for our customers.
Okay. So
So basically, in my division, I'm the one person that are gonna get a phone call when something happens, and hopefully the kudos too.
okay. It's interesting that companies of I'm going to say legacy of amdocs, they've been knocking around for a while, of course. Um, their approach used to be, we're going to sell you what we do. But now your approach is, we're going to help you with what you need.
Exactly, and that's a big shift.
It's an enormous shift for
Yes.
big companies. I mean, that's what I call business DNA. That is the hardest thing to change. When somebody has been doing, it's not just doing a job, it's just a mindset of, no, that's how we do things. Moving a big company, that's a lot of work, dude.
It was a lot. It is a lot of work. We went through in the last couple of years to the biggest transformation, not just in technology, but also people mindset, also the way we recruit people. So we created the way we do this, make it amazing for our customers or our customers' employees. We created a huge change in making it amazing for our employees. We created something called Live Amazing, Do Amazing, which is the way we recruit, in which we provide unlimited vacations. We provide flexibility. We encourage people to change jobs and to find, to rotate and find, opportunities across the company.
Yep.
To go from studios to technology, to studios, technologies to customer facing. And we encourage all that and we promote that. So that also is part of the transition. But the biggest part of the transition, which sounds simple, but it was a huge thing, is for us as a company that has a legacy of doing the most complex things for the biggest customers, for us just to change the way we interact, in which we listen and we say, tell us about you, not let me tell you about us.
Yes.
And that is something that it wasn't easy. And I'm happy to say that Once we started doing it, everything changed for us. Everything changed for us because suddenly not only the small customers are coming to us, also the large customers are coming to us to do small things or to try small things. We had AT&Ts, the Comcast we are doing small stuff. And also suddenly banks, insurance companies, retail, hospitality are talking to us saying, hey, let's talk about this bundle experience. How, because the telcos in some aspects are ahead on upselling and cross-selling
Oh
because of
yeah.
the pressure, right?
And they have to
So
do it all the time, all the time, all the time.
all the time, and so suddenly there are concepts that are or needs that are portable.
Hmm.
So we come with these ideas. For them, they are a bit different ideas or fresh ideas, so the ideas from different vantage point. And the fact that we are focusing on listening to their specific problematic, their compliance, their regulations, their challenges, their how they what are the KPIs that are important for them? There are not necessarily the KPIs that are important for a telco company. Once we started learning and opening our mind that, you know what, maybe we are not the smartest guys in the room. Definitely we are not. Let's learn, let's be humble about it. Everything changed. And as I took charge of the division for the last 3 months, I've been rewarded with discussions of business that I didn't know. I still don't know, but I understand how airlines operate, how logistics companies like FedEx operate, like um, fast food or hospitality. But mostly our focus is on the financial service institutions, in which banks, insurance companies, they have totally different problematics, regulations. They have a lot of legacy in which we can help, but also they also want to retain customers. They also want to be friendly to customers. They want to upsell, to cross-sell. They want to create a view of the products. For instance, the catalog, which is one of our best products, which is using the telco industry to be over the top all the different stacks and create a friendly way to configure launch products and price products. It's a concept that the banks are starting to adopt. Why? Because the banks are structuring silos. Each line of business is almost a different company, not even a different stack or different ecosystem. It's a different company. So by creating this over the top, I would call it catalog of offerings and pricing, suddenly they can give the customers full visibility of everything they can do with the bank.
Yeah.
And they're talking to us because that's what we do in telco. And we're talking to them because we want to learn their business for us to help them. So this relationship became super rich in how we can help, how they can help us to be successful.
Okay. Now, I want to finish up with one thing because you mentioned sports. Um, when this is going to air, see my Orioles cap, pitchers and catchers will report in about 30 days from when this airs. And the sports industry in the US is going through cataclysmic changes because the content itself, meaning the contracts they have to write to the athletes, keep going up. The distribution models change. The old model of regional sports networks that were bundled into your Comcast cable TV service is falling apart. The teams themselves have to find different ways to make money and, maybe work together to create their own, I'm not quite sure, bundle of, this team and this team and this team and that team. Um, it would appear that you have the capability to keep those guys focused, those companies focused, and help them solve some problems that when they look at, they go, oh my God, how do we do this? Well, actually, oh my God, how do we do this? We call Pablo, right?
Yes, and actually, we have four what I call regional sports leagues.
Okay.
One of them is probably the most important league in the United States, maybe the world, which just to give you a cue, in every movie you will see someone with a cap of this franchise,
Okay.
and I will stop saying that.
That's good enough. We know who they are. Unfortunately, we know who they are because, they're these guys' rivals. And
Yeah,
and
so what we built is a platform that um, it's like a platform that you subscribe through Roku, through gaming platforms,
yep.
through any platform, and creates what we call the fan experience. We have a lab, most of the team is in Toronto, in which we create for fans can look at a specific clip, backstage interviews, specific content. We are working with immersive experience in which you can put the goggles and you can see things that nobody else see. Also connecting with the merchandise. So suddenly you have users that are paying $70, $80 a year for this brand or for this flag or for this application. And they had access in which they can also spend more, but in return, they get things that are exclusive for them. And it's really, really not only is really catching on because it's a good way to get the fans mobilized. We see a lot of synergies with gaming. We see a lot of synergies with merchandise. We see a lot of synergies with Gen AI because of the all the capabilities that you can have for stats. And just to make the point, we won the third Emmy in this particular application because we created something called like with the stats or the overlay stats as you're
Yep.
watching the clips in real time. So yes, so if there is a regional league, by the way, or events. We did those things for the Olympics. So it really, really is a niche for us. It's an area of growth, and we are very happy to support some of the more recognizable brands in the sports. So absolutely, this is very connected with the media
Okay.
and a way to bring customers, retain customers, and also increase the revenue, of course.
Sounds like a plan, and people can reach you. We will be tagging you on the posts on here on LinkedIn. And I think you might have the ability to help our wacky industry. I mean, I tell my friends that we used to have a nice little television industry, and we all pretty much screwed it up. Um, and it just might be, Pablo, that Amdocs Studios under your tutelage can just help us fix all that. So I thank you, sir. I thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to talk. Be a big fan of the show and hope to talk to you soon.
Very good. And we'll see everybody next week on the Friday Fireside. Bye bye.